Hi there, Brad from Vintage Camper Rescue, and this is just a short wrap-up video on the 1970 Forester that came into us for some impact damage and general maintenance. It's been with us for about 3 weeks, and here's just a quick rundown of what we did. It came in with damage on 3 of the 4 sides, curb front, and street rear. All had pretty major impact damage from over the years. So we pulled all that out and were able to salvage all the metal. We thought we'd have to replace it, but with a little bit of heat and a little bit of rubber mallet work, we were able to get all the kinks worked out. And you really can't even tell that it had been pushed in. So very happy with that. Here at Vintage Camper Rescue, we like to salvage as much as we can of the original look. And in this case, this little canned ham looks original. So rebuilt the entire front end from frame to top here. Since it was damaged, we had to rebuild the whole thing. Got this rock guard all cleaned up. It slides freely now and it'll lock open when it needs to be. It didn't work too well before. New propane tank, updated adapter or regulator, and the wiring, brand new 7-way plug that goes back to a weatherproof junction box underneath there. It had wiring done in there, but it's 30 years old. It's done its job. It was time to update it. So the jack worked perfectly fine. Just a quick repaint on the tongue and bumper, and everything looks great. We did pull all the J-rail and all the windows out, resealed with butyl tape, and that is a maintenance item that everyone should consider about every 7 years or so, 7 to 8 years. Pull those J-rails, pull the windows, retape them, reseal them, because they can and will leak over time. Repainted the wheel rims, just a real quick job there. The power input, this is the original input. Nothing wrong with it. He's got the adapter for it, and it works great. It's tight. We just pulled it out and made sure the connections were still secure, and they were after 50 years. So coming back here, this has all been rebuilt, this back end, because this is what was pushed in the most. All new back end from about here all the way down the bottom there. Tail lights were client supplied. Originally these were round pancake lights, I think. But these were what we had, and they look great, and they're nice and bright. And let's coming back through here. Retired firefighter, so I donated an honor plate thanking him for his service. Years of service. He's long retired now, and gets to enjoy the camping life. So all this J-rail's been pulled, resealed. Oh, here's a whoopsie plate. There was some holes in here from a flag pole that was on here. So these little whoopsie plates are awesome to cover holes that you don't want to see. All right, coming through here, made in Forest City, Iowa. All the badging is here. So super cute camper. It's awesome. Coming inside, the plywood, we were able to match up the best we could the colors with the original. You really can't tell that it's been changed out. It's a little bit lighter, but the colors matched up fairly well. It goes with the interior colors anyway. Cleaned up electrical. We did some continuity testing, all the wiring, and there was a ground fault, so we cleaned it up in the closet there, and we traced it all the way back to the outside socket here. So replaced the receptacle, made sure it was twisted in tight, and that solved the ground fault indicator that was happening. So other than that, the roof, we cleaned that up. Seams were looking okay. They had some, I don't know, snow coating or something weird over the seam, so we cleaned that off as best we could and cleaned the seam up with some chlorine-free brake cleaner and followed up with some rubbing alcohol to clean up even more. And we laid down some Dicor and Eternabond tape on top of that. So the Dicor is a self-leveling stuff. Never use silicone. This is what you want to use. Dicor, lap sealant, or whatever. There's all different colors. They've got self-leveling for horizontal surfaces and non-leveling for vertical surfaces. And followed up with some Eternabond and the tape. So don't cheap out. Get the real stuff. It's not cheap, but this thing will last. I put these on my new campers. I'll take a 2-inch strip and just lay them over the seams, and just extra protection. Went with black bumpers because here in the Pacific Northwest we grow moss, and the black tends to help keep that from showing up so quickly. Alright, so this is Brad from Vintage Camper Rescue. Watch this space. Coming in next in the shop is a 1966 Aristocrat. That's going to be a full build, custom build actually, with a bathroom, maybe a shower. I haven't decided on the shower yet. I might want to save room for something else. But the Aristocrat comes in, and we get to build that over the summer here. All right, thank you so much for bringing this camper to us, and I'm glad we could rescue it and get it cleaned up for many more years of great service.